It's like going to see your nephew in a nativity play and really hoping he does well. Oh, go on then. You're being a really good tree. Well done, Nathaniel.
I will get my freedom.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a new type of video, especially for one specific reason. Today, after some very subtle hints from my two sons, which I will go over later, we went off to see Ironlung, which is a new film by Markiplier. Markiplier, the very well-known, very popular, very gravelly voiced and very handsome YouTuber. Good friends with Game Grumps, which is how I know him from. My boys know him on his own merits. And so we went off to see him today. I'm not going to go any further than that because I think it warrants extra discussion. So bear with me. I'm just going to set up my Discord server. This is something I've never done before. I did a test a minute ago, but I didn't have the green screen going. So I'm going using green screen for this, routed through Discord and then back to OBS. This is going to be a disaster, I know it. But here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello to my two sons.
You did test this thing, right?
This is the test.
Right, so we are on with my two sons. This is Luke and this is Max. They both look thrilled to be here. So, Luke, welcome to my channel. You've done some filming for me down at Folkestone. You did the camera down there. Thank you very much. Max, you've been on a couple of times when I made you think you had 11 fingers.
Yep.
Okay, right. So the video is still available on my Shorts channel. So, guys, we went to see Ironlung with Markiplier today. One word review. Luke, go.
It's a movie, I guess.
That's not one word.
That's not one word, but I get what you mean, Max.
I can't do one word.
Meh.
Right, okay, now that's a fair assumption. We looked at the IMDb review later, and it was like 6.7 out of 10, and we kind of agreed that was fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very fair.
What was it I said earlier? That if it wasn't Markiplier making this movie, it would get nowhere near the attention it got. Agreement?
It was very slow, very unexplained.
Yeah, that's very true. There's a lot. It's a 2-hour movie. And not a lot gets answered. Obviously, if you know the source material, Ironlung the game, which I will be looking at later, there's a lot of unanswered questions. You don't know what the overall plot is. You don't know why a lot of things happens. And when the conclusion does actually come along, it doesn't wrap anything up at all. The boy's mum, she likes a film that has a conclusive ending. If it's an open-ended film, not a fan. Max, you said you had some talking points.
One of the talking points is the bad lighting.
Yeah.
Like, I get it may have been the point, but I could not see what was happening near the end. Like, hour and 30 minutes in, it was unwatchable at some point.
A problem with that is, and I've found out, it was because we were watching it in a cinema, and our particular cinema, which is a Cineworld in Ashford, does have a habit of turning the brightness all the way down for the dark scenes to the point where you can't see a lot going on, and this is a very dark film. It's claustrophobic to a point because it's supposed to be, and I think that's the point of the game. But when you're trying to entertain a group of people, and it was a pretty full cinema we were in, if they can't see what the hell's going on, there's no point.
That is a physical set, by the way. There's no CGI on that. There is actually a physical object that they had Mark in, and they did actually throw his ass around the building.
Yeah.
If you listen to this clip, wait, hold on. Wow.
If you've ever seen, I don't know if you've seen it, there's a film called Inception. It's quite legendary. Hans Zimmer did the soundtrack.
Oh,
There's a corridor scene with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and the whole thing was built on a rig, and they spun it around, and people were bouncing off the walls. The set, you could see it was indeed a practical set, absolutely. And what they probably did was remove the front section and chuck a camera in there, then spin the camera around from the side because it was like behind the wall, behind the wires. Yeah, filming like that, and it reduces costs as well, especially if you're only using one set. It was very interesting. It was very well made, very well put together. Looked very atmospheric, and probably captured the feel of the game. But when you're trying to like I said, when you're trying to hold the audience's interest for 2 hours in a set that's just like that, it tends to grate a bit. I mean, Max, about an hour in, what was it you said to me? Something along the lines of, "Is anything going to happen?" or something like that.
yeah, it's something along the lines of like, when's something actually gonna like start happening? Like
Yeah.
nothing. Like the most we get to see is like unintelligible X-ray photos, which I could put like side by side with ink blot sketches, and I'd have an easier time seeing what's happening in those pictures than the X-rays. It also may have been the point that it's like so bad and they're so desperate that like none of the technology is very good, but literally like he's looking at like a wall at some point and I literally cannot tell. It's so hard.
I think with the whole like as you said, nothing like it's something gonna happen. I felt like the entire like whole game point was that nothing's happening. Like you're just going like, I'm playing a horror game, but nothing's happening. What's going on? And then at the end,
Yeah, it's the same like with point and click adventures. Back in the day, there was the original, like the Monkey, was it Monkey Island? You had the Discworld games. What's the most recent one? Broken Swords. A lot of fun those. I do enjoy those. But it can. There are times in games where you are clicking around doing nothing and trying to figure out what the hell to do next. I'm playing. I do videos on my channel. Everybody knows the House Party. They just downloaded a new DLC. I will be hoping to make a video about that soon. But I was playing it last night and I got stuck. Now I knew there was something was happening because there was new lines of audio, new quests to start, but then nothing was happening. And it turns out they've just done a day one patch that came out last night or came out this morning, which I've downloaded. And once I finish with these guys, I'll be looking at that and see. Fingers crossed, have a video out by the end of next week. However, what Luca said was very correct. There are times in a game where the frustration builds, where you don't know what to do next, and it can be the case of picking something tiny up off the floor, and that's the linchpin to starting what's going on next. So. Spoilers abound. There's a part in the film where he discovers a panel at the back of the submarine he's in, opens it up, little note there to say cross the wires, and it starts another section of the plot moving along. But if you were to play the game, it's the same feeling that nothing's happening. What do I do? You find something that's 3 pixels wide. Oh, and then another big crescendo part of music, big rousing music comes along, and all of a sudden it's high tension, it's high, things are happening all at once, and then it slows down to a crawl at the end. So, okay, so with regards to let's get the juxtaposition. Let's go. We've got Markiplier's film coming out on this side, and on the other side, we've got Meliana, Donald Trump's wife's movie. Yeah, so right, so then it's not fair to compare them together because Max, are you playing a game again?
No.
You are one.
I will go into your room, bro. Don't test me.
No, I just made the Discord call from here to here.
Fair enough, right. So I should explain that my boys are in the same house, they're just in separate bedrooms because they don't have to share anymore because they're big and grown
This
up.
one's annoying. Oh wait, wrong way. That way.
Fair enough. Right. So, with regards to the film's popularity, now, with regards to Meliana, I would. Who was it made a video the other day about it? something about. Oh, tell you what, Daily Show. Watch the Daily Show. It's the lady. Her name's Kim something. Miliana's getting paid £28 million. It's coming straight out of Brett Ratner's pocket or something along those lines. But if you look at the tomato score on Rotten Tomatoes, it's like 6 or 7%. But the audience score is 93. Now, as I say, Russian bots don't actually watch movies. But with regards to Markiplier and regards to this movie, I think we all agree because we went out for dinner afterwards. Now we popped to the KFC next door, but it sounds a lot fancier if I put it that way.
Yeah.
I didn't think, I think we agreed that this film would get nowhere near the amount of popularity or the amount of attention if it wasn't Markiplier doing it. Now, he's a
Yep.
great guy, very friendly. I'm a big fan of the Game Grumps, and that's how I know Markiplier because they're all best buds. Jacksepticeye is in the movie as well, but see if you can spot him because we bloody didn't. He turned up at the end credits.
Oh, what's that guy obsessed with?
I think it's the guy in the warehouse when they're cleaning the. I think it's the guy who gets zapped. No spoilers.
Must have been.
It must have been because it's a Jock or Jack or whatever his name is. But if Markiplier was not involved in this movie, other than he wrote it, directed it, and he starred in it. If he wrote and directed it and put someone else in that position as the main actor, would it got the coverage?
Probably not.
If
Probably
it was Markiplier directing it and it was someone else, people would still probably show up, but the hype for it would probably be way less because it's like, okay, but who is this guy?
Yeah,
Who is the guy I'm watching on screen? I want Markiplier.
The person in front of camera sells the film. You can have the best writers, best directors. People will go and see a Spielberg film purely by the dint that Steven Spielberg directed it. But if you haven't got the engaging characters in front of the camera, then it's not going to get popular at all. Now, with the case of Markiplier, as I said, lovely bloke, really decent guy, does a lot of work with charity, but this film, its popularity has been sold purely on him. And the film itself, Max's one-word review was perfect. Meh. When the lights came up, we were in a very busy cinema. I mean, very, very busy screen. I used to go once a week when I had a season pass. I've never seen a screen that full. Not for a film this but relatively unknown person who, I mean, the boy's mum will not know who Markiplier is. If I talk to any of the people at work, the many people I work with, and the hundreds of customers I serve per day, none of them will know who he is. Yet, obviously, he's got such a following that we got 50% full cinema. But when the lights came up, nothing. No conversation, no reaction. Everybody just sat there at the end thinking, what the hell was that about? Because as fun as it is, it's long, it's confusing, and as I said earlier, there's no ending. Well, there is an ending, but I'm not going to spoil it. Will you come out satisfied, Luke?
It is a good film. So I will say I'm definitely satisfied in saying that I got to watch something for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't do it again. Probably would not do it again.
No.
But it was definitely an interesting movie to watch. There we go.
Yeah. As an accomplishment for Mark, and we were saying in the earlier, we wish him all the success. This movie is sold on him and him alone.
Yeah.
And as we said, if anyone else was in this movie, it probably wouldn't have done the numbers, and it wouldn't be doing the numbers it is. So it is really, what's the word? Cult of celebrity, but I don't think he's the guy that would play on it. But yeah, anyone else it wouldn't have. For the film it was the story it was following, the plot was following, and the source it came from. It plays. I think we said this in the restaurant we were in later, the 5-star thing. Yes, absolutely. You can't. Video game to movie conversions very rarely work. The biggest one that proved that was the first Mortal Kombat film, which was rubbish. The first Tomb Raider film, which was sold purely on Angelina Jolie's very inflated boobs. I think the last decent What was the last one? There aren't any. Honestly, it's so few and far between decent video game conversions to movies. I can't think of any. And I've been watching movies all how big a
Until
DVD
Dawn is
is.
definitely one of those really bad video game conversions as well.
Which one was that? Sorry.
Until Dawn, because I've seen the reviews, I've heard the stuff about that. They had source material and they said we're going to do our own thing.
Uncharted.
Is that the one with
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I think Uncharted was fairly good. I think it was.
No, that's the one I was thinking of. It was a decent, but Uncharted was like a male-led PS exclusive, PlayStation exclusive to rival
I think so.
Lara Croft. Yeah. Yeah, we're going off on a tangent there. Max, any other talking points or anything else you wanted to add on that one?
The amount of blood in it was something to be said. They literally used so much fake blood. They exhausted like entire supply or something like that. You
Yeah,
can't.
your frame rates. You're playing a game, aren't you? Your frame rate's dropping
I'm
again.
not playing a game.
You're not exactly very slick with it. Your PC is giving you away.
This is what it's like having autistic children. They cannot concentrate on one thing at a time.
And this is what it's like having an autistic dad.
There we go. There we go. Yes, I know. Final thoughts. Would you recommend people go and see it once?
If they're an avid fan of Markiplier.
Yeah.
No.
You'd say no, Max.
No.
No.
You don't get anything out of it. All you get is Markiplier in the tube for 2 hours talking to himself with the threat of him dying at any second. That's about it.
True.
Some people like that.
Yeah, I mean,
There
if you're
was
in for
one rendered CGI scene that I would have almost completely sold me on it, but then immediately after the fact, nothing happens for the next entirety of the movie. Amazing scene. Oh, it's beautiful, and then nothing happens.
yeah.
Nothing happens.
Well, it kind of happens at the end, but again, with a film like this, there's no decent resolution. There's not enough of the plot explained. We know what happens to Convict, as he is told. We do find out his real name, but his actual name is a kind of a plot point, so we won't spoil it. We know what happens to him, but we don't know what happens to anybody else. It's like a post-apocalyptic movie. The stars have gone out. The last tree has died. There's lots of stuff going on in the background. And while we did compliment the audio, the surround sound, the environmental audio that they put on the film, the audio, the voice audio, it's all broken up because there's like a broken radio transmission. But later on in the film, it becomes part of the plot. And if you can't understand what people are saying, you're not going to understand the plot when it finally happens. Out of 10, final score, Luke, go.
Say a 6, yeah.
6, Max.
I'm gonna have to say 5 because it's not a good movie, but it's not bad at all. Like everything else, apart from the story, everything else is okay. But the story is what you come for, and you get let down. So it's a 5.
I couldn't have said it better myself. It's, as I said earlier, it's like going to see your nephew in a nativity play and really hoping he does well. Oh, go on then. You're being a really good tree. Well done, Nathaniel.
I was going to say, ain't no way he's going to say, you're doing a really good job, Timothy, as a tree.
Yeah. Third donkey from the left. Right. Thank you very much for your time, boys. And yes, I hope this was an enjoyable experience. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Again, say goodbye, Luke.
Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, and say bye, Max.
Bye, Max.
God, this joke comes to you from 1982. And we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.